Hi, Maple Sprouts class. This is Betsy's dad, Caleb. Today, we're going to make one of Betsy's favorite treats, æbleskivers, which are a kind of Danish pancake. And of course, before we handle food, we always need to wash our hands with soap. Now, the first thing we do in the recipe is that we put the dry parts together, starting off with 2 cups of flour. There we go. A pinch of salt. 2 teaspoons of sugar. 1.5 teaspoons of ground cardamom. 1 teaspoon of baking soda. 1/4 teaspoon of baking powder. 1 teaspoon of vanilla powder. And then the zest of 1 lemon. What we have here is a lemon zester. And we've already washed our lemon, so then we can just take the zester and this gives it a nice lemony flavor. There we go. Now we set this aside so that we can work on the wet parts. We start with these 2 bowls here, and what we're going to do is we're going to separate out our egg whites from our egg yolks. And we do that by cracking open our egg and then very carefully opening it up. And then we take the egg and we just move the yolk back and forth just like that, so that all the white goes into this bowl. And we can put the yolk in that bowl. Now that we've separated out the eggs, we can add our other ingredients. The first is 1 3/4 cup of buttermilk. There we go, there's our buttermilk. And next is 3 tablespoons of vegetable oil. So 1, 2, that makes 1. 3, 5, and 6. Now we mix it all up. First, we will be mixing our dry components. Then we'll mix up our wet components. And we will add them together. I find this recipe is a little too thick, so I add a little bit more buttermilk. Just a little bit more. We're going to need the right consistency when we cook on our griddle. There you go. And this will now sit in the fridge for about 20 minutes. While we wait for our dough to rest, we'll go ahead and prepare some apples. Remember, apple skins are one of the best parts, so don't let them go to waste. Mmm. And we're back. After 20 minutes, our dough has had a chance to rest a little bit and rise. And we're going to take the egg whites that we had earlier, put them in a bigger bowl, and we're going to use our mixer to make them fluffy. Okay, now that we've very carefully put air into our egg whites to make them all nice and fluffy, we can then fold them into our batter. Take about half of it to start. Just mix it into the batter all nice and gentle. We want to preserve as much air as possible so that our æbleskivers are nice and fluffy. Now that the mixing is done, we're going to want to put this into a plastic bag. That way we can squeeze our dough into the pan. Now comes the fun part. To make the æbleskivers, we're going to need some skewers. We don't want it too hot, but we don't want it too cold. We're going to test by dropping our butter. This should be just about right, but we'll find out. Like with pancakes sometimes, it can be hard to get the temperature right with the first batch. But the butter foaming is a good sign. That helps us know that the temperature is about right. Now we take our æbleskiver batter, which is in the bag, and we're just going to cut off the little bit of the end here, which will allow us to put in just the right amount of batter. There we go. There we go. And now we just let them cook a moment. As they cook, we flip them over to one side, just like this, so that more of it can cook. There we go. Don't want to flip them too early. We want this nice golden brown pancake color on them. This one I might have flipped a little bit too early. It could be a little hard to tell. Sometimes you just have to check. See, that one is ready. Just like that. There we go. That one's not quite ready. That one's not quite ready. Not quite ready. Now if you look, you can see I put a little bit too much dough in the one in the middle. Next time, we'll be a little bit better about that. Okay, let's see if, there we go. Nice golden brown. Oh, not quite ready. Not quite ready. Okay, now what we do is we tuck a little bit of apple in the inside there, and then we close it up. Just like that. Tuck a little bit of apple inside the middle here. Just like that, and then we close her up. Just like that. Tuck the apple, and then we close it up. I bet these are ready now. Oh yeah, there we go. That part of the pan is a little cooler, so those aren't cooking quite as fast. Let's tuck a little bit of apple in here, and we'll close her up. Tuck a little apple. Tuck a little apple. And then close it up. Just like so. And you can see this one in the middle is pretty well cooked. So you can test it by puncturing into the middle and seeing if it comes out clean. Not quite clean, so this one isn't quite cooked yet. We might need to turn up the temperature just a touch. Okay, let's see here. Whoop. Nope, still not quite ready. I think we might have turned our temperature down a little too much. And here they are, all done. The only thing left to do is eat them. They break apart. Ooh, nice apple, nice and warm. Dip it in a little bit of jelly. Mmm, so tasty.